Because before I was kind of doing things the old school way, because that's something that I was used to. But once I had a link where somebody could register and book to attend one of my sessions, it made it so much easier. I didn't have to send them an email personally, giving them all the details. Everything was already given. Follow-up automation emails were sent to them. So that was a game changer. It literally saved me a lot of time.
I'm here with Jessica Gregory, the runway coach. Thank you so much for agreeing to be on our customer showcase call, Jessica. It's really lovely to meet you.
Likewise, and thank you for having me.
Well, tell us a little bit about what you do.
So, my name is Jessica Gregory, as you all know now. I'm the top runway coach here in Canada. I'm known as the Runway Whisperer and Transformer simply because I can transform a model's walk from basic to fierce, all while building their confidence. So, basically, what I do in a nutshell is I coach models on how to walk and develop a strong walk so that in turn they're confident when they're going into a casting and therefore they're booking to walk in runway shows for top luxury designers across the world.
I love it. And so you're obviously not about runways in airports or, runways in terms of careers. You are literally talking about the fashion runway. So we've all seen it on television and fashion photos and stuff. And it looks like an incredibly stressful thing to do.
Yeah, well, it has its perks. It's not necessarily stressful. Overall, it's such a beautiful job to have. And it kind of fell in my lap because this is not something that I, dreamt as a little kid to be a runway coach.
I presume you started off as a model. You were the ones doing the walk. Did you learn how to do it? Tell us a bit about your story.
Okay, so my story is I technically didn't really want to get into modeling. I know it sounds weird. It was something that my mom always wanted to do, but she said, I had kids and I couldn't do it. So that it's almost like she passed the baton to me. And then she was like, you know what, I want you to build confidence because at the time I really had low self-esteem. I had really bad acne. And I'm like, you know what, I don't really want to I don't want to feel this way all the time. So she brought me to a modeling agency. And then they were like, okay, on the spot, they're like, definitely we want to sign her. I myself was shocked. I'm like, oh, okay, great. Well, this is a good start. So then they signed me. And then I was there for approximately, I'd say 6 months. And then the owner of the agency, she was like, honestly, you have a great personality. I want you to coach our models. Now I'm like, okay, this is back in the day when Jeannie Becker was like hosting Fashion Canada, and it wasn't really a thing. I didn't have social media to really guide me, to teach me the ropes. I didn't have any experience rather than me practicing at home. So, anyways, I took a leap of faith. I did it. I was coaching the models, and then in turn, I developed my own signature walk. So I don't have like a coach myself. I did everything on my own. And then I started seeing the results in some of the girls that I was coaching, and it also built confidence within me as well. And then from there, I moved on to work for one of the top agencies in Canada, coaching their models. And then I said, you know what? I can do this for myself. I'm like, I want to work with other agencies. I want to work international. And then I literally took a leap of faith and just started teaching on my own. I started my business, and that was 23 years ago.
It sounds to me like what you're really doing is teaching models confidence so
Yeah.
that somehow if your mental and self-esteem, if your confidence is there, you can basically crush the runway. Is that the point? So you're talking about how people feel, not just what they're actually doing.
Exactly. So I have a philosophy with my business. It's called Be Feel Walk Confident. The B focuses on the mental state of the models. That's really driving in like who they are, being authentic in their own skin and being comfortable in your own skin, because that's the starting point. And then it transitions to the feel, which is like feeling good within your body, doing what needs to be done. Like it's a lifestyle choice. So you obviously have to work out, eat healthy, etc. And then the walk aspect of it is the physical walk, like being confident walking in the heels, but also the walk signifies the journey that they're going on within this business. And then the confidence piece is an embodiment of all three, the be, the feel, and the walk. So be, feel, walk confident is the embodiment of all three. You need to be in a good mental place. You need to be confident within yourself to actually succeed in this business because getting in is one thing, but staying in is another. So
Mm.
sure that you can maneuver and pretty much get around a lot of the no's in this business, but still be confident in the end.
How did you start? How did you grow? How did you get your first customers outside of the agency that you were originally working for?
essentially what really got me started to really push further throughout in the business to do what I'm doing now is I don't know, opportunities like landing on my door. Like I literally can tell you I don't know how I got to this place. I can only say that God's the one that put me here because it's not something that I wanted, and I know I didn't have the confidence then. So I don't even know how I'm here now with all this confidence that I thought as a little girl I'd never have. But when I started the business, it was just a lot of networking. They always say your network is your net worth. So
Hmm.
working with the right people and just being very transactional with certain things that I was doing within my business and making sure that I was creating more rapport with specific clients and bigger clients, not necessarily smaller clients. I know they always tell you to start small and grow, but I just wanted to kind of start at the top and continue to grow from there. As
I was going to ask you. So, yeah, your client, are you talking about individual models who will still come back to you to continue to coach them on how they're doing their work?
So I worked with the agencies, and then I had smaller clients email me, whether it be from like Paris or Milan or New York, that wanted coaching as well. So that's why I incorporated Zoom, and we can get into the You Can Book Me aspect of that and how that's helped from that
So
perspective.
what did you learn ramping up the business in 2015, and what's been a game changer recently in how you were operating?
Obviously, 2018 was a big year for me. And thanks to you guys at You Can Book Me, having the You Can Book Me system implemented in my business made things so easy. Because before I was kind of doing things the old school way, because that's something that I was used to. But once I had a link where somebody could register and book to attend one of my sessions, it made it so much easier. I didn't have to send them an email personally, giving them all the details. Everything was already given. Follow-up automation emails were sent to them. So that was a game changer. It literally saved me a lot of time.
And so, what are the things that you really rely on with the booking links, the things that really make a difference?
So the email integration is huge. Zoom integration because I do teach online, so that's essential. And then Stripe, using Stripe as the payment option. I never had that. I was using PayPal at the time, but using that and having that integrated is something that I use a lot. Like there's nothing that You Can Book Me hasn't done for me to grow my business.
And can you remember looking at any alternatives? Can you remember why you chose You Can Book Me or how you found out about it?
So it was so long ago. So this is 2018. I don't remember the competitors. All I know is the interface and the way that it looked essentially was the best option for me. And it was just easy to use. Like I didn't want my clients to be confused. So I myself tried it out, went through the rings to see exactly like the process for it to be done. And I found it the easiest out of the other ones. The other ones were a little too complicated. Like, and I'm like, I'm dealing with a younger generation. And I don't want them to be frazzled or like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just not going to book.
Hmm.
So we made it very easy for them. It was like frictionless and effortless.
Would you recommend You Can Book Me, or what would be the number one kind of process or tool or automation that you'd recommend?
Definitely you can book me. Like I've been using it the longest out of any application that I've had, even longer than Webflow, to be honest with you. So you can book me for sure because it has streamlined the business and made things so much more easier. And the automation part of it, just simply having to remind my clients because like I said, some of them are very young and they need the reminder. Just having to remind them about like an upcoming runway session is essential. It's great, thank God. And then having them like they also have to sometimes send me like quick video footage. They can send it through the link. Like there's so many tools that I can use within You Can Book Me. It's like a one-stop
It's like
shop.
multi-purpose.
Yeah, it's like a Walmart. So
Yeah.
you just and I only want one thing and I come out with like 10 million things.
We're going to finish up, Jessica, with a few kind of quick fire questions, okay, that I ask everybody. Would you rather throw out your phone or your laptop?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Mm.
I probably throw out my laptop. I'll definitely keep my phone. Like I'm so family oriented. If someone's calling me, I need to answer it. So I don't want to miss a call.
Okay. Would you rather get a new client or double your sales to an existing client?
So I would say yes, get a new client if it's just a specific model. But based on working with agencies, I would technically just focus on the existing client and then build from
Because
there.
they're going to get new models for you inside. The agency model sounds like a really good one for you. Would you rather, I think I know the answer to this, work with a team of expert or passionate learners?
You know what? I'd say passionate learners. I would say
Yeah.
teachers, but I feel like we're already in that realm of things, but definitely passionate learners because you have to give somebody the opportunity to see them grow, and you never really know where they'll be in the end of it, but they're more willing to put in the work as well as grow and learn and do exceptionally well.
Right, last question. Would you rather be known for product quality or customer service? You've talked about both a lot, but what do you think is really at the heart of what you do?
I think it goes hand in hand, but for me, results matter. So I'd say product quality, like the transformation of the model's walk. If there's no transformation, I can have the best customer service. It won't create growth or leads. So yeah, I definitely say that quality.
Well, and thank you so much. It's an honor that you've been using You Can Book Me since 2018 as well, and that we've helped you grow that business and be that game changer for you when you were starting out with your business, and obviously with a young son as well at the same time. Tools like You Can Book Me are always there to help take some of that burden away.